All right, so we're doing part 2 now, and then the camera's tilted, but I'll fix it. So this is the new warm-up. We're gonna do just one side, and then you can do the same thing, but on the other side on your own. So this one's gonna start off from standing, and then you're just gonna reach back, sit into a chair pose, and that's where it starts. And the work of the chair is as if you're sitting on an office chair, just barely on the edge of it, and it's rolling downhill sort of away from you, and you're like trying to stop it. Good. So you're reaching your butt back, but at the same time your fingers are forward. And then once that's feeling set and you're feeling like the inner lines of your legs are really working, the balls of your feet into the ground, then you reach down, and then you can just like hop back into a chaturanga. Yep, and then lower down, and then upward dog, boom, nice, and then downward dog. Well, cool. Yep, so you get that sweet back extension now back relaxing. And so now we're gonna do, the right leg is gonna start things off for side A. So you're gonna raise the right leg straight up and back. Good. And just like in part 1, the length of the leg is all about the strength of the hands and the turning of the shoulders in, right? And that's what makes the hips feel nice and square. Good, really good, exactly. See that correction? That was nice. Yeah, so you're squaring off because this whole side of you is activating a lot. Good. And then, once you got that built, then you're gonna bend the knee this time, and you're gonna open the hips up, and your goal is just to get the knee up. It's not about reaching and extending this time. You're just trying to do what you need to do to get that back knee to just climb up towards the ceiling, which has a lot to do with pressing the bottom foot down a lot. Pressing it down to drive that right knee up. And then that's feeling good, and you're just gonna bring the right knee down and in and under, and the right hand to the outside of the right foot to the outside of the right hand, and then lizard. So it could be just that you're doing hands, but we're gonna go for forearms on the ground. Good. And do whatever negotiations you need to do so that way your hips stay relatively level. You don't want this side of you to just kind of like collapse down. So you want to try to bolster and rotate like this action, which also has to do with this action, squeezing in that all important flat serratus complex under your left armpit. And then that's what allows your chest to reach forward eventually and your eyes to look forward. Nice. Really good. And then finally the layer of right knee squeezing into the right armpit. Nice. Really good. And all that strength that you're generating around your core, ribs, hips, you're gonna put it to use. And you're gonna come up onto your hands, tuck your back toe, and lift the back knee so that you're in this sort of three-legged plank thing, prepping. And you're gonna really work on that doorknobbing, external rotation of your palms of your hands, so that way your triceps turn in, and squeeze your armpits, activate these muscles. So there's so much power and so much strength and so much lift from your pressing into the ground that you can just take your right foot and just lift it straight up without moving anything else. Go ahead and try it. Boom, nice, got it. And then slide it in and underneath. Whew. And then make some adjustments for this falling warrior. So all the same strength through the upper body, squeezing this all in. So you're actually taking, like literally moving your armpit down towards your hip throughout this entire sequence. And then that's what's gonna take your outer right hip and stretch it and lengthen it. Nice, good. And at some point, your sits bones can, yep. Boom. Yep, so now he's gonna build up and he's gonna reach up. Good. And so now, the right hand's pressing down. The outside of the right foot is really pressing down to start to turn his hips up and over. Good. Yep, and he's got all the height, and he's stepping that back heel down, and then he's gonna use the stepping down and the pressing into the right hand to reach up and over and rainbow himself. Perfect. All the while trying to maintain all the strength back in under here, because he's gonna need it. He's gonna need to keep pressing into that right hand, sending it away from his body in order to open the left hand up and around for the final piece. Boom. Amazing. So good. Just go for it. Reach, 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 reach. So nice. Give it a breath. And then fold it back in and down, left hand to plank position, and then the right foot up and back, straight up and back, boom. And then bring it in to the right foot, to the right hand. Yep. And then he's gonna set up the dirty lunge, reaching the back foot back, especially the back inner ankle, so that way he can reach his hands forward. First, just do the hands reaching forward, and get that length, and get that strength in the front leg and in the back, so that then you can bring your hands in to prayer, and then thread the left elbow over the right thigh. And then with that connection of elbow to thigh and pulling into it with these muscles, then you can open your chest out and lengthen your whole body from head to heel. The right foot is strong, left foot is strong. That connection elbow to thigh is really strong. Nice. Really good. Good. See how the more he leans on these muscles, the more he can kind of like turn, and this shoulder actually comes more towards the ceiling or towards me. Perfect. So good. And then he's gonna start to shift his weight into the front foot only, keeping the structure of the arms, and then step the back foot, woo, with control into chair pose. Perfect. Nice job. And then just take a minute and breathe into that. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep doing the work of elbow into thigh. Keep opening up, and then letting your inner lines of your hips, sort of your groin muscles, both slide back. Yes. And then you take the right hand off the left one, loop it up and around, or loop it down and around, yeah. Down and around, whatever. Like that. There you go. Nice. And then into the chair, and then standing up, hands to prayer. Bam. Elliot wanted me to make it clear that this is the before, the before photos. And then in a few months we're going to do this again, and we'll see how glorious he looks. Even more glorious. Nice job, bro.